too much pencil. And then I kept trying to fix it, and it was just more and more paint, and it's still pretty orange, but I managed to get enough yellow on it that it's better.
Okay. Okay. So I had a couple thoughts about today, and I know we're still a little early, but and there'll still be people joining. There's a couple of people who will not be joining today, but that's par for the course. Um, because I'm not 100% satisfied with my sky, I was thinking of correcting it and you guys watching with my overhead camera and
Would
seeing.
you start all over or you just work on the one you have?
I'm going to work on the one that I have.
Hmm.
I think that's great. I'm also not satisfied with the sunset or sunrise, the orange yellow thing.
Yeah.
So I maybe figured after it gets all together, I'm not heat setting it. I could go back in and see it as as a big piece and maybe it'll look better.
Yeah. Yeah, I put my top and my bottom together just to see what they look like together. And it looked okay, but I just, I wanted more glow. So, anyway.
I think the one you displayed on the community site, I think is looks pretty good. The sand was really good.
Thanks.
It looked very close to the image, the
Yeah,
picture.
that's what I was going for. Did you all happen to catch the videos how I painted the sand?
No, I haven't looked at that yet.
Okay. Okay.
The first one where you actually made the fabric.
No.
Oh, the one where you were doing the shadows.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw I didn't see the whole video, but I saw some of it.
Yeah, it's kind of long and I'm sorry about that, but
Do you want us to proceed and do the sand like how you showed us in the video, like
Mhm.
this week or
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, because today we'll be about halfway through, so I'm thinking, you know, by this week we should mostly be done with the painting and then start thinking about the rest of it, the quilting and so forth. I'm not done with the painting. I still have some work to do.
For the sand, I did see your whole video, but my photo looks like in the middle of the sand between the shadows,
Mhm.
that it's kind of more gold or glowing or
Yes.
from the sun. Is that something we'll do later?
Um,
Or
I
is that just personal preference?
I think it's personal preference. I noticed the same thing that my fabric isn't quite warm enough, like the photo is. And there's a couple ways we could address that if we wanted to. I personally don't want to add any more paint, although I could, you could.
If we were going to do that glow in the center, would we just kind of play around with maybe some yellows and browns really lightly or something to try to mimic the photo?
Yeah, I think like I think even just taking like an orange and that sort of sandy color and just mixing something up with aloe vera and then, you know, either aloe vera or medium. And you'll notice in the sand video, let me admit, Patty, um, in the sand video, at the end when I was doing the sponging, I used medium instead of aloe vera. Hi, Patty. Um, and the reason that I did that was because I wanted it to be less, when I mixed the color with the aloe vera, it was a little more gluey. The texture of the paint was a little more gluey. And hey, Patty.
Hi.
Hi. And I wanted it to be a little more liquid to put on the sponge. So anyway, we're just talking
I
about painting on the sand.
I had another question. If we're kind of thinking we might be done painting by this next, like in a week, what about the beams coming up from the moon on the top into the blue and then down below into the sea?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet on mine yet either.
Okay, so you'll talk to us about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, you know, over the course of the next couple weeks, we finish up with the painting to a place where you know, we're more or less happy with it. We might not be 100%, but we're happy enough with it that we can heat set it and fuse the whole top together.
I have a confession.
Yes, Janine.
Came to me at 6:30 this morning.
Okay.
I didn't wash any of my fabrics.
Okay.
I forgot. I just completely forgot. And I just started painting. So
Well, you know, it's not the end of the world.
I guess not.
But you haven't noticed any ill effects because sometimes I didn't, you know, I've painted on fabric that wasn't washed either, but it was accepting of the paint, so it wasn't repelling the paint.
Yeah. I think it's done pretty well with taking the paint.
Okay.
Doing the little speckles in the sand seemed to
Yeah.
take a while, but that might be because I only have the pencils. I don't have the blocks, so I don't get a whole lot off,
Yeah.
you know, when I'm trying to scrape it off.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it on the sky, it seemed to take it pretty well.
Okay. Well, that's the main thing. I mean, and if you notice in the future when you start doing other projects, if the paint just seems to bead on the surface, it's probably because there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that needs to be washed out of the fabric.
Well, I wrote myself a note at the beginning to wash fabrics. So, hopefully I'll remember if I go back and read my notes.
It's okay. It's all right. It's no problem.
It worked out all right, I guess.
Yeah, we have a small class today. I know some people texted me and said they couldn't make it, but um does anyone else have any questions or comments or thoughts about what we've done so far?
I haven't started painting my sand yet. I just did
Okay.
the markings, finished up the markings this morning.
I saw that, yeah.
But I haven't started painting, but I have been watching your video
Okay.
of what you were doing, and I'm excited to get going on getting that part done.
Okay, good.
And then I think you may have another step of showing how to put the pieces together too.
Yeah, you mean the fusing them together?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't done that yet
Oh,
because,
okay, okay,
and that's a minor thing.
okay.
Um,
Did you have anything on the, I didn't know if you had included anything on the ocean at all.
Not yet.
Okay, okay, then I guess
Uh,
I'm up to where I need to be.
Yeah, yeah. And I was telling the group that I think we want to, over the next couple of weeks, want to finish the painting and then move on from there and start thinking about the quilting. Okay. So I don't know if you can see mine in the background there. You can see it. It's kind of, there's stuff in the way, but let me pull my picture up and share the screen with you. Share. Hold on a second. Oh, I moved the picture, that's why. I put it away. Let me find it. Bear with me a minute. That must be it. No,
It's one of them.
yeah, no, that's one of them, but
Yeah, I think I took a snapshot from what you shared. It's
no,
looking very good.
no. Okay.
Well, I know your picture is in the
It's in the group. Yeah, let me go
yeah, in
back
the
to
chat.
Let me just go back to that and find it. Here it is. Make it a little bigger. And then we can discuss. Sorry, I'm trying to find you guys now. Where are you? Here we are. You're behind that. I'm just moving screens around now. There we go. Share. And, whoops. I want to move this over. There we go. Okay. So I let it, my first pass was what I showed you on my videos.
Mhm.
And then I went back in and I darkened up after it dried. I darkened up down here. Because if you look at the photograph over here, get my arrow. Where's my arrow? Right here. It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
And this whole side is pretty dark. So I went back over that a little bit, but I kept this a little bit lighter.
Hmm.
And then over here and over here, there's a couple dark sections. And then this patch is this patch right here. And I think that also needs to be a little bit darker if I'm being true to the photograph.
Hmm.
However, I may just do a lot of thread painting on there instead.
Hmm.
I might just leave it the way it is.
Hmm.
Okay, now in the grass itself, I have done zero painting, okay?
Okay.
So right over here, this little hump of grass right here, there's
Mhm.
a dark shadow in there. So I'm probably going to mix up some darkish, greenish color with my
Mhm.
sticks. And then there's a secondary one right about there. And then there's like a third one right about there. And in between, there's a little bit of a highlight. So I'm going to try and put those highlights in also.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use, the rest is going to be thread painting probably. And then on the other side, there's this dark shadow right here, a highlight on top, and then another dark shadow where it's backlit. And so I'm going to do some of that on that side.
Mhm.
Question.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, on your video where you were painting this, I missed or I didn't get what color are you using below the C right there in the middle? Is it a brown?
Right
Yeah,
here?
right there. Yes.
Okay. I used the bark
Okay.
or the dark brown stick.
Okay. Similar to over on the right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, when you were referring to the grass area, and
Mhm.
you said the backlit part, were you talking
Up here.
about right at the top, you were going to put in maybe some white or something?
No, I'm gonna, that's dark.
Oh, you're going to make it dark.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that darker,
Oh, okay.
just like in the photograph.
Okay.
And then I'll probably do some spiky brush strokes that go up and down
Mm-hmm.
to mimic the grass,
Mm-hmm.
and then thread paint afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
In the ocean, I've marked these dark horizontal wave lines.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's probably going to be just, I'm just probably going to use a real dark, I might just use my pencil just to put that in, just use my black or charcoal pencil to put that in. So that's relatively simple to do. And then
Mm-hmm.
just brush over it with a little aloe vera.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will be all the painting that's required.
Wow.
I mean, oh, also I have this in the ocean, I have to put some white
Yeah.
and yellow to do this ray of light that goes underneath the sun.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't put that in yet either. So all of this whole section in the middle has no paint on it yet.
Uh-huh.
But that's,
Wow.
once you do the sky and the sand, This is going to be relatively minor
Uh-huh,
in terms of the difficulty of it.
uh-huh. I like the way it looks, kind of looking back a little bit in the sand. If
Mhm.
you look at the section down in the left corner,
Down here.
yeah, it almost appears like there's ripples
Yes,
in the sand.
yes. That was hard to do that section. I really had to go back
It
and forth.
looks really cool because it looks so natural.
Yeah. And the last video I showed you how to do the pouncing with the sea sponge,
Uh-huh.
and that gives that that speckly look down here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't use a real strong paint. I just used the medium with a little bit of color in it,
Uh-huh.
because sometimes you can get a really strong, dark pounce, and then it's like kills the effect.
Uh-huh. So you didn't have any aloe vera in it.
No, I just use medium for that.
Medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
I notice that when I'm trying to mix a lot of color for a certain area, if I use aloe vera, I have to use a lot of aloe vera because it gets real gluey.
Yes, I did notice that.
It doesn't spread as easily as the medium.
Yeah, it's a little thinner. Yeah.
Yeah. There's pros and cons to both.
Uh-huh.
Like I said before, if you use a lot of medium and a lot of acrylic paint, it's going to make the fabric a lot stiffer
Uh-huh.
than if you use just aloe vera and color.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of like trying to be judicious in my use of paint and medium and not overuse it. So
Don't want to make it too thick and then it'll be hard.
yeah, and that's the problem I'm having with this area down here, because when I go over it again, I'm going to have to use more white and more color. And
Maybe you can just wash it with some of the medium and the color.
yeah,
You
that's
want.
what I'm thinking.
Just kind of blush it a little bit.
Right. Yeah, so I thought I could try that with the camera on, and hopefully it will get the effect that I want. And if you want, I could continue on down to these middle sections too, if you want me to do that today. Okay, so good. So how do you feel about fabric painting so far?
I'm enjoying it.
You're enjoying it?
I think the thread painting is going to add to the finished product to make it look more realistic.
Absolutely.
It looks kind of primitive right now.
Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, this is like our first pass at it. And honestly, sometimes when I'm making something, I'm not ever sure that it's going to turn out the way I want it to look. It's always a grand experiment. So, are you interested in holding up your projects one by one so we can all see where we're at?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay. Janine, would you go first, please?
Okay.
And then I'm going to pin you so everyone can see.
I don't have it all, I don't have the bottom stuck to the sky,
That's all right.
but
And hold it up. Oh, that looks amazing.
That's beautiful.
a
Yeah, it's
little,
really
a
nice.
little orange on the bottom.
But I love it. So
Yeah.
how did you get that strong color? Did you use a lot of white underneath?
There was white underneath, and then I think yellow.
Okay.
I was trying to concentrate the yellow around the sun, and then I used the tangerine,
Yep.
and I think the poppy red.
I'll use some red. Okay.
And
Oh,
I think that the poppy red was what got me into trouble, because I think that's what made it too dark. So then I had to keep adding more yellow. I had to let it dry and add more yellow. And at one point I added more white right around the sun. It's a mess. I don't know if you can
No, it looks
I
fantastic.
think it looks
see
good.
that, but I was having a hard time right around the sun.
Okay.
And then I ended up doing, I think it was a tangerine with more white, and that's what's on the left and right side.
Okay. And how thick, it's dry now, right?
Yeah.
And how thick would you say it is?
Ooh.
Is it quite thick?
I mean, it's pliable.
But you'll be
It's,
able to stitch through it.
I think so, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll find out. It doesn't feel like vinyl at all. Like it's not that thick.
Okay.
But it's definitely got some like a little bit of stiffness to it. But as you can see, it's still
Yeah, yeah.
pliable. So
Okay, good. While we're on the subject of that, I want to lower your expectations about needle holes. When you have painted a fabric, it acts almost like leather if you've ever sewn leather. Once you make a needle hole, it's going to be there. And it's not a big deal in my opinion, but it bothers some people. So, keep that in mind for the
can we
future.
use a smaller needle?
You can, but you have to be careful that your needle isn't so small that you're going to start shredding your thread. So
Yeah.
it's a balancing act, yeah. Sometimes definitely we'll be using top stitch needles, which goes through layers easily. But once a needle hole is there, it's kind of there. And ironing will help, but it won't go away completely. Okay,
Thank
show
you
us
for
your
the warning
sanding.
because we're not used to that. We can always go back and go over stuff.
Yeah,
When we're quilting, I mean.
right.
I
Okay.
don't think this shows up too well, but
Oh, that looks beautiful.
there's my sand. The markings are there. You can barely see them, I think, in the
Yeah,
picture.
I see it.
The markings are there.
Okay. Now, if you felt like you wanted your sand to be warmer, like we were talking about earlier, you could, at this stage, you could alter it with a wash of more orangey color. You could.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Also, here's another thought that came to me. You could take some tulle.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of a warmish, you could find some tulle that's just about the right color and lay it over the whole thing. And that would give it that sort of blush of color.
After painting the
Oh,
shadows?
yeah, after.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
So would you sew then on the tool? You
Yes.
have the paint done, but the tool is where you do all your sketching.
Yeah. And it might alter the shadows too much, so I might opt for just leaving it the way it is. I'd have to do an experiment. Okay, so you feel ready to paint on your shadows, Janine?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, I think so.
Good job. I'm really tickled to see all what you're doing because as I'm creating the class, I'm thinking, are they going to be able to do this? And yeah, they're going to be able to do this. But when you're teaching remotely, it's a little harder to get these ideas across. So,
How many times have you taught this class?
this is the first time I've taught this particular pattern,
Hmm.
but I have taught, the Oregon coast one, and I have taught many, many times. I have taught live and remotely textile painting. So this isn't my first go around teaching textile painting. This is my first time teaching this project. And the reason I didn't complete it all ahead of time is because I wanted to be in the same place that you're all at, more or less. I mean, I have some background and experience, obviously, but I wanted to kind of do it along with you and not pretend like I have all the answers, that I'm kind of figuring it out as I go, which is part of the process. And you can see me in real time figuring it out. So that's the advantage of not having it all prepared and looking wonderful ahead of time and you thinking, oh my God, I could never do that. I don't want you to be intimidated and disempowered. I want you to see that I too have these doubts and processes that I have to go through too. Okay. All right. Anyone want to go next?
I can go next.
Susan, let me pin you.
I might have to stand up. Let me see.
Oh, lovely.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Can you see it? Well, oh, I can see it now. It looks a lot more yellow than it does in person. There's a lot of orange on the sides that I'm not liking.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like total yellow on my computer screen. That's not what it looks like in real life.
Okay. Can you
I
do
can see
a
the orange.
favor and close your blinds behind you because
You know, they can't close. I can use, maybe I can move my computer. Yeah, there's a door there and it can't close.
Oh, okay.
But let me see if I can move my computer.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
And
We can see the colors a little bit better.
yeah, maybe. Right. It's pretty bright in here.
It's great, but yeah.
There's a lot of snow on the ground, so it's really bright.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if this is better. I don't know though. Is that no,
Yes,
not really.
That's a little better.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the sunset is in rough draft stage still.
Okay.
But
So
I'm moving on.
what do you want to do that's different to it?
The orange is on either side of the yellow is too dark for me.
Okay.
But you can't tell it here. But I've been playing around with white, a little white pencil and other things like that too.
Okay. Okay. And don't forget, we have the option later on with our thread painting of laying down darker threads.
Okay.
Change,
Okay.
you can alter the look of it depending upon what threads you choose.
Okay.
That helps too.
All right.
In this situation, I'd rather have more brightness, more glow than less. Because I think it looks better.
And one of the things I did to well, I'm back in bright, but I'm not going to be on the screen only for about 1 second more. I started brushing it with water so that it would all blend like when we very first started, when we were kind of blending like a sunset. Yeah. So I've done that with just water and no paint, and that has helped a lot in blending the yellow and the orange.
Okay. Even after there's dry paint on there?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll still blend it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to take away the option of using water, but I was a little afraid of all that color spreading too far up.
Well, I'm just using it as a troubleshooting technique at this point.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Wonderful.
I'll go next.
Okay. Is that Marcia?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have.
Ooh, beautiful.
Nice.
You notice over here on this side, my red or my orangey sun doesn't go far enough. I have to extend it.
You mean down below?
Yeah, down below
Yeah.
by where the grass is.
Yeah, you might want to try Sue's water, like brushing a little bit of water there and then spreading it from the painted section onto the unpainted section.
Oh, okay. I'll give that a try.
Because it's not a very strong color at that point, right?
No, it isn't. Yeah, it's quite pale.
Yeah.
Good.
In fact, on mine, I think I didn't have any white on that section. It's more or less green.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Okay. Good job. You guys are doing great. Okay. Let me remove you. And Patty, do you want to go next?
Sure. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, looking good. I think you've all really done a great job of the little speckly white clouds and adding the shadow, the darker clouds in there. And the white sun, I'm getting that, and I'm getting the glow. You may want to do what Marcia was talking about is in that section to your left is maybe take a little pale yellow and water and just kind of blend that area a little bit. You don't have to, it's up to you, but
Yeah.
You could try that and see what
Mhm.
happens, just to soften that a little bit more.
So that's on this side over here?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
down at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
But it
Okay.
looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really pleased with your results. And I think you should be too.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Hmm.
I got my sand all marked.
Yes, you showed me that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do you want me to go to the overhead camera and should I do that next?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm just saying that as an option because we are such a small class today. Otherwise, we'd be spending more time critiquing each other's work. But since we have the time today, we might as well do that. So let me wake up my phone because it's probably gone to sleep. Oh yeah, super sleep. I'm gonna get as close as possible, but not so close that you see the top of my head. That wouldn't be useful. Let me spotlight for everyone. Mhm. Okay. So on my screen, it actually looks brighter than it does in real life. And it's definitely not as bright as y'all's. When I look at the picture, I guess I made this area kind of yellow. And when I look at the picture, it's really more orange.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I want to add a little bit of orange to here. I did add some more white here and up in the clouds, so that's looking better to me. But I'm unsure whether to use aloe vera or not. So I'm going to start with aloe vera. See what happens. So I'll just put some in here. This might not work, and I might have to do, let me do one side with aloe vera. Let's see what that does.
Does give it more brightness.
Yeah, I know that some of it is caused by the blue fabric underneath, but in some areas, like out here, I want the blue fabric to show. So that looks a little better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right, and just for giggles, let's see what happens if I do something different on the other side. Oops. Throw that up. I'm going to put a little bit of white paint.
Do we need to pull together to buy you some white paint?
Very funny. No, I'm okay. I can handle it. But I do use it a lot. And you know what I discovered? I was cleaning my studio the other day, and the translucent paints, they will keep indefinitely. But the opaque paints are the ones that dry up and go yucky.
Huh.
So there's Laura. Okay, so let's see what happens when I do. Oh, I'm gonna put a little bit of aloe vera in that white paint. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of orange in that. Maybe a little bit of yellow too. And I'm gonna mix it up.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh yeah, me likey.
That is a nice color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice.
I love that.
Interesting, right? The difference.
It's not as bright as the other side.
No, it's
That's
not.
true. It's a little paler.
Because the white has made it more of a tint.
Yeah.
That was white with medium in it, right? And then
No,
coloring.
that was white. Yeah, it was white with some medium, and then I also put some aloe vera in it.
Oh, you took both. Okay.
Yeah.
Not quite as brilliant as the right side.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it may be more what I want when it dries because I want it to have that glow.
Hmm.
Um, and now I can also add more color.
That's true.
So I could do. Sorry, my head's in the way. Let me get my head out of the way.
Did you add white to it just now?
No, that was the well that had the white already in it. So I'm just adding a little bit of orange, more orange to that white. Okay,
I
thoughts?
think it needs more orange. I think it needs more orange. That
Okay.
it's too whited, it's like whited out on
Okay,
your left side.
I think on the right, it looks like it has more yellow in it.
it does.
Yeah.
So
But the method you just used could lighten my orange that I want to do.
yes, that is true. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some yellow now, just yellow, and mix it with some aloe vera. Ooh. It's going to be pretty.
Oh, there you go. Now it's starting to glow a bit.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty.
Yeah, now I like it better.
Yeah, I do too. It's looking a little bit more equal on both sides.
Yeah. It needed a little bit of everything. It needed a little more white, a little more yellow, a little more orange. But I like how it's soft on the outside edges, like over here
Uh-huh.
and over here.
Yeah,
Okay,
on your left, it almost above the sunset, kind of on the left, it almost appears a little further more to the left. It almost appears a little purple right there.
yeah, there is a little bit of grayish purple in there.
Yeah, it's nice, really neat.
Yeah. That's kind of like this little area right here.
Yeah,
You can see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happier with that.
very nice.
Might be nice to kind of take whatever paint is left on my brush and do a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
Yeah, catch some of that color on the clouds.
Oh yeah, that's what it's missing.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And if it gets too much, just rub it in. Ah, too much. Rub it in. Say, I meant to do that. Sometimes you got those moments where, oh yeah, I meant to do that. Yeah, that warms it up quite a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now this white is already dry, so I don't have to worry about it spreading or anything. Yes, I love it.
Nice. Boy, it's really coming together.
Whoops,
Wow, that's a beautiful color.
the camera moving on us again. There. Is that better?
Very nice.
Okay. Do you see any other sections that need more warming up or?
I forgot how you got that greenish look.
Okay, so that would be just like using aloe vera and a little bit of yellow.
Ah, okay.
Because the yellow and the yellow paint and the blue fabric will make it sort of greenish.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's looking a lot better to my eye right now.
Oh, yes.
And then with the addition of thread, that's going to be like amazing. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for now. And then how are we doing for time? How much time do we have left?
It's a 1:40.
Okay, we got some time. So I can talk about, I can show you how I would just do that, those other bits. Let me just set this up. Now this is, it's kind of wet on the other side, so I want to be careful. Well, maybe it's not that wet. I can't tell. But I'm going to put it somewhere where it won't get where it can dry. Then I've got the bottom half here. Bear with me as I get this set up.
When you were painting your sand, did you have on that video adding the other two pieces?
I just have them loosely pinned on,
Oh, I see. Okay,
but I want some of the paint to go up underneath.
gotcha.
Okay, this is moving around again. Let me move this further back.
So when these are fused together, you're
Yes,
gonna have the grass on top of the sea
yep,
and then all of that on top of the sand.
yep,
Okay.
right. I always say work back to front. So in the landscape, the furthest thing back is the sky, is the horizon line. And the sky and the sea comes next on top of the horizon line. And then the land, this comes on top of that. And then I'm just keeping the sand sort of underneath that. So the sand is the most forward thing in the landscape. If that
Okay.
makes,
How much
Okay.
overlap do you have? Just a 1/4 inch?
I have more than that, but I can always cut it.
Okay,
I'd rather have too much than not enough.
okay.
Okay, so I should probably just fuse this on, but for now, I'm just gonna pin it. And I did something that I'm not supposed to do. I thought I had cut enough fabric on either side of my grass, but I didn't. But it'll be all right. I have just enough. The other thing I'm toying with is the sand comes way down here. I may end up chopping off some of this part of this sand at the bottom because it's not really that interesting down here. So I may make a design decision and just, I don't know yet. I may go to there.
Yeah, it still looks fine like that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. I'm going to use my dark green, it's like an olive green stick. And I'm going to use my dark brown again. And I think I might use a smaller brush. Oh, my brushes go.
What color did you pick out?
So this is an olivey green, and in the pencils, you can also do this with pencils. It would be this color, which needs sharpening at the moment. So it would be, the color is leaf green. And then also I would use either charcoal gray, or if that's not dark enough, you can also do the bark color again. The dark brown is called bark. But I think I'm going to just use my So I think I'm going to use aloe vera for my base again, because I don't want to cover the fabric maybe as completely as I would say with, I really want to keep it somewhat light-handed. I don't want to totally cover the fabric. But start with the lighter color. Add a bit of dark. All right, for the banging. Okay, let's use this brush again. I end up using this brush a lot. It's like a 1/2 inch brush. 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So you're gonna get the color of sort of mud. And I'm looking at, let's see. This sort of top section right here has a bit of shadow in it, so I'm gonna kind of like just darken that up a little bit. I'm sort of blending the color a little bit. And then I have sort of a dark blob, let's see, coming down here. That's pretty dark. And then I got sort of another blob right about there. And another blob right about there. I didn't bother to mark this because I'm just sort of eyeballing it. And then this area is pretty dark in here, so I'm going to go ahead and just sort of shade that in a little bit. This is easier to do when you have the fabric fused down, so, but because right now it's kind of moving around on me a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. That side. Let's go over to this side. And on this side, we have, I have to move this over. Hold on a second. There we go. Make sure you can see it. So like I said, it's pretty dark up here at the top. Wait, right there. So I'm going to go ahead and brush some darkness up there. So like I said, this isn't very exact. It's just sort of where you see it. And then I see it right as part of this, this shadow here. It kind of goes up into the grass there. So I'm just gonna kind of continue that up there. Just ignore that pin for now.
Boy, you make a little dab go a long way.
Right? I know. As my dad used to say, a little dabble do ya.
What was that? Dippity do or
Brill cream.
whipped cream or
Yeah, I remember that commercial.
Yeah. My dad was Brazilian, so he had this funny accent that we used to make fun of all the time. And he used to say, a little dabble do ya. He said it. All right, now right here at this edge, wait, let me pull this up so you can see it. That edge,
Mm.
I'm just going to darken that edge right there. Just use like the edge of my brush. I could use a smaller brush too if I wanted to be more precise, but it's really kind of messy, this grass. It doesn't really, you know, have any harsh edges. Okay. Whoops, I'm trying to center this so you can see it.
I like the way you have the peaks in the top of your grass.
Yeah. Yeah, I cut it that way on purpose. All righty. So I think that's good for a first pass on the grass. Now, if I wanted to, I could go in with my pencil and make, I think I will do that later once I join the top to the bottom and add some more grasses on top with my
I have a
pencil.
question on the right-hand one, the first one you did on the other side. Yeah, that one. The photo looks like there's strips of sand or tan or whatever in between the black that you
Yep,
just
in
put
here?
in. Yes.
Yes.
So are
I think I'm just going to leave it for now because it's already lighter. But what
okay.
I'm going to do when I start doing my thread painting is I'm going to use a lighter,
Oh, just do it with thread.
do it with thread because it's very subtle. Can you see it on this side too?
Yeah. Yes.
So I think it'll be really nice to use. I'm just grabbing some thread here that I happen to have nearby to use a thread that will show up
Mm,
the lighter,
Okay.
okay, and not even paint it, but use something a little, this is probably too bright, but something a little brighter that will show up
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be-
as little
That was
strands
good.
of grass that are getting hit by the light. So I'm kind of thinking ahead a little bit, like how do I want to do that? Yes, I could paint that, but then I would cover everything up and I kind of want some of that fabric to show through,
Yeah,
you know?
and the texture of the thread will be really nice.
Yeah, exactly, because that area has more texture than not. Okay, and then just to do the water, clean that brush up.
What did you do when you on your water? Did you actually use one of your pencils to draw the lines?
Yeah, just a regular lead pencil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But for now, I think I'm going to use my pencils. Why it's good to have both. And I think I said I had a charcoal gray on here somewhere. No, that's black. Charcoal gray. There it is. Because it's not very strong, these lines on here. Not very strong. It gets stronger down here, but even there, I don't know that I want to use a real black color. Oh, this needs sharpening. Oh well. I'm going to start with this big one here down by the water. This one right here. And I'm going to do, how would I want to do this? I can either, let's brush it first with some aloe vera with a little brush. And it's a pretty well-defined area, so that's why I probably wouldn't use water there because that will spread all over the place and you'll lose that dark. It's probably what you're seeing is the underneath side of the wave where it gets dark. So just put that in. Is the picture moving around a lot?
No,
Okay,
No,
good.
it's good.
It's moving a little bit. I can see it moving a little bit. Yeah, I think the charcoal gray is going to be plenty dark. Trying to make sure you all can see it. Doing two things at once. Okay, and then the next line is up here and it's a little bit skinnier and not as dark. So in relationship, I put in the darkest line first, so that way I can judge, okay, well, how dark is the next line compared to that? Sometimes that's a great way to paint highlights and shadows, is put in the darkest or the lightest first, and then go from there, because value is very relative. Okay, that's good. And now I'm putting in this little wave line right here. It's a little bit darker over here. Right here, there's going to be some bright light hitting it, but for now, I just want to get it in. And that's enough for that. And then the next ones are pretty faint and they're pretty far back. So I'm just going to do a little bit of general aloe vera, get it moist. And then, oops, you can't see. Trying to get it so you can see too. This would work better if my pencil were sharper, but okay. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah. All right, so now I need to let that dry, okay? I can't do anything else with it at the moment because I need to let it dry. And then I want to go back and evaluate these shadows and make sure they're dark enough compared to other stuff on the piece. I think they will be, but you know, I think it's a good start. But once that's dry, then what I'm going to do is kind of do what I did over here with the white and the orange and the yellow, and I'm going to do a little bit of probably more white than anything else on that water to get that little, and I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to blend outwards this way and that way with my brush to get that glow right there. And it's going to go all the way down to here a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, it looks like it goes into the sand.
It does go into the sand, but it's much fainter in there, but it still will be there. But this is going to be very bright in through here.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions while I'm sharing the camera? Okay. And I shall come back to you all. I'll bring you over here with me. And go to FaceTime. Okay. Righty. I see Laura has joined us. Laura, is there anything you would like to ask that you may have missed at the beginning?
No, I'll rewatch it. I'm sorry I was late.
No problem.
I haven't gotten my time difference set down with you.
Ah, okay. Tell me again where you are.
Arizona.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So you're like 2 hours behind us.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 hours different.
Okay. All right. Do you have any painting that you would like to show us?
I have not.
Okay. Okay. So I shared earlier with the group that it would be great over the next couple of weeks if we could complete all the painting because the next part of the class will be moving on to the fusing and the quilting.
Yep, my plan is the next 4 to 5 days I'll be working on that.
Okay, awesome. And be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions. And I did put some new video on painting the shadows and the sand in the course.
Okay.
I don't know if you've had a chance to look at that, but it's in there now.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, very good. Right. Any other last minute thoughts or thinking ahead?
No.
Okay. If you want, we can finish early or you can ask me questions about other things.
I think I have to go look at your video on the darkening of the sand. I haven't
Yes.
done that.
Yes. And I tried to speed up sections of it so it wouldn't be like literally watching paint dry.
Oh, oh,
But, you know, I wanted to give you a good overview of the whole thing. So,
you know, Marie, we have the grass. I have
Yeah.
the grass sitting on top of the sand. How do you blend that fabric into the sand when you have such a sharp edge of a cut? Even though it's, you know, it's a little curvy, but it's still a sharp edge.
you know, that's a really good question, Marcia. And I was thinking that's something that needs to be addressed. So maybe we cut that edge in and out, in and out, in and out. Instead
With
of
paint,
having, yeah, like take your, hold on, let me grab it. Right now it's still a little wet, so I don't want to mess with it too much, but you're talking about the top of the bottom of the grass.
right, where it hits the sand.
Yeah, it is an irregular line right now,
Yeah.
but I think what I will do is go in with my scissors and do some chopping,
Ah.
like I did at the top. Can you see the top?
Oh, yes, I did. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good plan to do.
So
And
you'll make some notches.
yeah, I'll make it more irregular.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, and I've done this before, and then once we start adding the thread painting, we'll add the thread that's going to go up and down, sideways, and it's going to kind of blend that area also.
Okay. Very good.
But
Thank you.
you're right. It is easier to blend a jagged edge than a hard edge. So yeah, I like that you're thinking ahead because that
I
sometimes,
haven't cut that bottom part off. I just kind of have a sketchy
yeah, yeah,
piece of it, so I have room to play with if I want to add or take away.
yeah, me too.
I haven't even cut my grass yet, so I
Okay.
still have to form that.
Yeah, so that's a really good thought.
So
Yes.
that segues into my question.
Yes.
Can you show any samples of like, I'm trying to think ahead and how the thread painting will look
Yep.
and can you like show us some samples of thread painting that you've done on,
Yes.
say a similar piece so that I can
Yes,
percolate my brain?
absolutely. That's a great idea. Let me go in my closet and grab some things and I'll be right back, okay?
That would be awesome. Thank you.
Walk amongst yourselves.
I have bed hair, so don't judge me.
It looks fine.
One day a week, I try to like literally stay in bed for like 12 hours because I have a lot of fibromyalgia.
Mm.
I need a day to just like not be on my body for 12 hours. So last night was it
Oh,
for
Good
slept.
for you.
Okay, I've got two pieces to show you. One is very small. And this one I did a sort of a quilt along with another class. Get it off the hanger here. Well, let me show you this one too, since I have it. So this is my Painted Morning Glory class. This is one of my earliest online classes, and you can see how I did the center.
oh, that's beautiful.
Lots of white paint here, right?
Very beautiful.
Thank you. But you can see how the blending of the stitches helps give that depth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a variegated thread or a solid
No,
color?
just a solid thread.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is a little landscape that I did. Let me spotlight myself so you can see me bigger. Okay,
Nice.
and there's a lot of thread painting up in the trees. I did a free motion zigzag stitch there.
Huh.
And then blending the different grasses, the shadows in the grasses. And then down here, this is some of that bobbin stitching with a thicker thread that I was telling you about
Huh.
to give the reeds a little more heft.
Wow, how do you do that from the back and know where you're going?
Ah, I will tell you that secret later when we get to it.
Okay.
I want to overwhelm you now, but you can see in the various areas how I use the thread to blend.
Now, did you use the thread on that water up there? Kind of near
Mhm.
the boat?
Yep.
Yep, all thread painted.
That white, is that thread painting?
Yes, and,
Oh, cool.
and paint.
And paint.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the clouds are reflected in the water. And
Uh-huh.
I used the white thread in that section because it needed a little more light reflection.
Uh-huh.
And down here it was more shadow, so I just blended
How
with the
did you
black.
have that one on your website? That's a beautiful picture.
Well, it's a class sample. I haven't really used it as a art piece, but I could.
That is pretty.
Thank
So
you.
what brand of thread do you prefer to use for your thread painting?
Um, I for the most part, I like Superior Threads a lot, but it depends
Mhm.
upon, you know, what I have at the moment. I have mostly Superior Threads just because I think they are one of the best companies out there. But I have other variegated threads and by other brands too.
So which superior thread do you,
Um,
I mean, I assume in the bobbin you use their light.
no, I often
No?
will use monofilament in the bobbin.
Okay.
And I'll use a really light bobbin thread, a very lightweight bobbin thread. Um, I use a lot of trilobal polyester. I use some cottons, and I also have, well, I'm looking at my thread collection right now. I have a little bit of everything, really. Different weights, different, you know.
Do you
But I
ever
would
use,
say my go-to thread is this 40 weight, got a bit of a shine to it, polyester.
that's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever use Glide?
No.
I
Is that
think
a Sulky? Is that a Sulky product?
Mm-mm.
Glide, I thought Glide was with Superior, but I might be wrong.
I don't know if I've not tried that one yet. I don't think, but I'll have to look into that. All right, the second piece I want to show you is on my website. And it's quite large, so I'm gonna have to back up or just show you sections of it. Down.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So this is my Biltmore. This is my Biltmore Wisteria.
That's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful.
And you can see I did a lot of painting and thread painting for the wisteria.
Oh, wow, how nice that is. That looks
That
great.
is. Oh, I love the colors in that.
Yeah, isn't it pretty? And then down below, those shadows on the walkway are painted with ink tints.
Nice.
Yep. And let's see. These are actually pieces of yarn that I tacked on for the wisteria vines.
Oh, very clever.
Yeah, because
That
it
is
was,
nice.
yeah.
Nice texture.
Yeah, it has a lot of texture to it.
Just like comes to life.
Yeah. That's what I love about working in textiles.
Oh, so nice.
That was gorgeous.
So that gives you some ideas of how to
You
use.
really capture the three-dimensionality
Yes.
of it.
Yeah, and with the light coming through and the shadows.
Yeah, the shadows were painted on those beams, you see?
Uh-huh. Very
Um,
nice.
What I love about using the process of paint and thread is that you could get these layers, okay? So you build up the layers of dimensionality. And
Uh-huh.
painting first is sort of like a cheat sheet to where you're going to thread paint.
Uh-huh.
So did you start with a white fabric and then, like, for example, the background, which is pink and blue and green? Did
No,
you start with the white fabric? No?
this was a green batik that I had.
Uh-huh.
This was some blue hand dyed that I put in behind.
Wow, it's blended so well.
It
Yeah.
is.
And then this is the black, just
Wow.
black strips. And then, yeah,
Wow.
a little closer and see.
That's incredible. I
Oh,
love
you
the
used
little,
your paint. You used your paint between to
Yeah.
minimize that harsh edge
Yes.
on with the green and the blue. Oh, very
Yes.
good.
I think I
Yeah.
may even have sponged that.
Uh-huh.
I think I did. I used my sponge on that edge.
wow. It's almost like you made your own grunge.
Yeah, I never thought of that like that, but yeah. Yeah. So that's, I think those two are pretty good examples of ways to thread paint.
You
Very
know,
nice.
online that picture looks really much more bold and bright with the purples and the greens are just they stand out so much.
You mean on my website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on your website, yes.
Well, also a computer screen is different than,
Yeah. Mhm.
everything is different. So
Well, it's
So I have a
beautiful,
couple more
beautiful.
questions.
sure, let me remove
It's
my,
Laura.
yes, Laura.
What machine do you do your free motion on?
So I have two machines. They're both Bernina. One is an older one and it's smaller with a smaller throat plate.
Hmm.
And my studio unfortunately is not set up where I can have both machines set up. So I primarily keep my 710, which is my
Okay.
larger Bernina right there.
And do you use the BSR?
No,
No. Okay.
I don't have a BSR on that one.
Oh, okay.
I learned how to free motion quilt before BSR came out.
Mm.
And I want to tell you, when I was first learning how to free motion quilt, I was just frustrated as all get out. And it took a while to get that under my belt. And so I was looking for all kinds of cheats and, how do I do this? How do I get better at this? And if there had been a gadget like the BSR at that time, I would have been all over it. But I had to learn the old-fashioned way. And now when I try to quilt with the BSR, I fight with it because its rhythm is different than mine.
What exactly is a BSR?
It is the Bernina's version of a stitch regulator.
Oh, I see. But it's not on a long arm or anything, is it?
It can be like they have a Q16 and a Q20 that are sit down models.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have a long arm version that all have the stitch regulator on them.
Mm. I
But
had bought a Juki because it had a pretty big throat.
yes,
And I bought it for the purpose of thread painting.
yeah.
But it doesn't do anything other than straight stitch, but
Ah.
and it's fine for thread painting. But I've kind of put it off to the side so I could get other projects done with my simpler machines, the brothers that I have.
Okay.
But I'd be excited to get into getting back to using the Juki because
Yeah.
it's a pretty tough machine.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
um,
Especially if it only does straight stitch and that's what it's
yeah,
designed to do, that's a good machine.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like an industrial machine
Yeah.
from what I'm told. It stitches very fast.
Yep.
You can make it go pretty fast.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm hoping to do mine with.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good thing to use your machine, your Juki for. My 710 has a larger throat space, so that's the main reason I got it. And also, I love Bernina because their feet just snap on and off, and there's no
Yeah,
screwdriver.
I've heard that about Bernina's.
Oh, I love it.
If I was going to get another machine, it would be a Bernina because I keep hearing more and more pluses about Berninas.
It's a game changer, but I'll tell you, they're expensive.
Yeah,
But if you can find a good used one without too much mileage on it, snap it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even a floor model.
Yeah, floor model. Yeah, absolutely.
And they always have sales, especially, I don't know, January seems to be a big month for Bernina to have a big sale. But
Yep.
all right, my last question is what batting do you use?
Okay. That depends on many factors. My go-to batting is a lightweight wool batting or a wool blend because I like a little bit more loft to my quilting. I
Mhm.
like that raised texture a lot.
Hmm.
However, if I'm just doing a small piece like this and I
Mhm.
have a piece of cotton lying around, I'll use that, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Do you ever use bamboo?
I have never used bamboo. I hear nice things about it.
Okay.
I have not used that. I did make two very large pieced quilts. One of them I did with wool batting, and it was so much lighter to maneuver. And the other one was a cotton,
So what's an example brand name of wool batting?
Hobbs, I think.
Okay.
Hobbs. They have a Tuscany wool collection, I think.
Okay.
Does it come in different thicknesses?
Yeah, it does. My absolute favorite, I can't find it anymore, is from Australia, is it's a wool blend. It's a cotton wool blend, but I can't find it. It's too hard to find and.
Was it by Hobbs too?
Oh, that was Matilda's own.
Oh,
Yeah. But now I'll just get a wool batting that's make sure I did buy a cheap one from I guess it was from China or something, and it didn't have a scrim on it, and I'm just using it up now, and
mm.
it migrates wool fibers everywhere. So make
Um,
sure if you get a batting, it's got a scrim on it because that controls the migration of the fibers.
mm.
What's a scrim?
It's like a little a layer of something that they lay over it
Okay.
that I think they melt it on there somehow.
Okay.
And it stabilizes the batting and it keeps it from all the fibers kind of doing their nasty business by getting to the top of your quilt or making it harder to fuse it, to it. But we have plenty of time to go over all that too later. But I don't know, has anyone else used any other batting that they really like?
I've used the bamboo batting recently and I really like it.
Okay, what do you like about it?
Um, it doesn't, it's not, well, it stays kind of smooth.
Okay.
Um, and it just, my needle passes through it so much better.
Mhm. And it's
So
probably, is it lighter weight?
it's a little lighter weight.
Okay.
It's a little thinner,
Mhm.
which when I'm doing a wall hanging, I like that better.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I just did a wall hanging for a nephew, and I did a lot of like intense free motion quilting with it. Um, and it held up really, really well. Like it did, there wasn't a lot of distortion at
Oh,
all.
that's good.
And I did a lot of like, small stitches really close together and stuff, and it didn't wave.
Oh, wow.
It
Okay.
was really, I was really impressed.
I'll have to try some. I'll have to get a small, like a baby size and try some because I have never tried bamboo, but I'll tell you, doing a large quilt with cotton, that sucker was so heavy. It was so hard to move through my machine.
Mm.
Yeah, I bet.
I regretted using it because it was really heavy. So good.
I like to use the thin, it's almost like a craft batting. It's really thin when I use for my art quilts because I don't want that heaviness either.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Well, I don't know. I just go out and find it. I just do it by touch, you know. I don't know what
Is it
its name.
warm and natural?
Could be. Yep, sounds like warm and natural might be it.
So, and it's
Yeah.
it's all cotton.
Yeah.
I don't know that either. I never
Okay.
paid attention. I didn't realize what's wrong with a polyester cotton or whatever
Nothing.
blend.
Nothing.
Okay.
I've actually liked using those.
Yeah, I just like them really thin.
Yeah.
I teach quilting at the local prison, and when I get batting that's really thick, it's really hard on their sewing machines
It
because
is.
they're just rinky-dink sewing machines, so they don't have that power to
Yeah.
pull through all those layers.
Yep. Yeah, I think in general, the thicker the batting, the more lofty it is, the harder it is to manage,
Mhm.
the air, the pockets and the things that, it just wavers, it gets more distorted more easily. So if you're a beginning quilter, I would stay closer to a thinner batting overall.
I've enjoyed a thin Hobbs.
Thin cotton.
I don't remember if it was wool or cotton, but it was thin and it was very easy to manage. But I
Okay.
was just making small things like
Yeah.
placemats and things.
Okay. Well, the other thing is too, because I fuse my layers together, even though I'm using a wool batting, it gets compressed because I'm using heat
Oh, okay.
from before I even quilt with it.
So it flattens out.
It does flatten out some.
What about if you want some dimension?
Oh, it
Uh,
still has plenty of dimension, but it's
Yeah.
not as puffy as when I first get it.
So like behind me, I don't know if you can see behind me, I have a bird hanging up.
I see it. Yeah, it's great.
And I was gonna do that collage style. And to get more dimension with the feathers, I was thinking having a little bit of loft might be nice.
Mhm. Mhm. Keep in mind, if you're going to do a lot of stitching, that's going to flatten
I see.
in one area. So you may even think about doing less stitching in that area so it puffs up more,
Gotcha.
and maybe stitch around it more
Yeah,
so that the feathers pop up more. And you can also
right.
put an extra layer of batting right in that area, that sort of trapunto look.
Right.
So there's various ways. I think batting is a very personal preference type of thing. You know, you just kind of try different kinds and see what you like personally, what's easy to
Mhm.
use, what's available to use, what's, you
Mhm.
know, easy to get and all of that, and gives you the result you want without too much of a headache.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, I know people who use like they only do art quilts and they use that craft felt stuff.
Mm.
No.
And I would think that would be harder to quilt through because it's so dense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know if I would like to use that.
No,
I
not
mean,
unless you're doing felting.
yeah. Or maybe if I'm doing like I do these little small pieces and mount them on canvas, like something like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That would be okay because I'm not doing a ton of quilting on it. I'm just
Yeah.
little decorative things. So yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get into that more. And then if you have like Laura was talking about bamboo, go through your batting and see what kind you have. And let's come back to the next class and talk about what brand you have, what brand you've liked using, you know, so we could kind of combine our group experience and give ourselves some knowledge that way.
Sounds good.
Because I know about wool
Okay.
and I know about cotton, but I don't know about bamboo. And some people adore silk. You know, I know a really good friend of mine, and she took one of my classes to learn fabric painting, Nancy Hirschberger. She does these amazing landscapes, and she uses silk batting.
I've never heard of silk batting.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
something
neither.
else to consider.
Hmm.
All right, gang,
Thank you.
get to work on your painting and post pictures so we can see. All right.
Mhm. Okay.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming today, and I'll see you next week.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.